Ms. Stefanik. I have more New York State donors than Ms. Stefanik. I have more in-district donors than Ms. Stefanik. But I cannot be bought in the same way that the Karl Roves and the people that are funding Ms. Stefanik's, all the support structure for Ms. Stefanik's campaign, they're investing and they want a return on their investment.
That'll have to be the last word, though.
Sure. Aaron Wolf is the only multimillionaire in this race. He has put in over $500,000 to this campaign. I've outraised you both with the New York State, donors in the district, and amount raised. I have to work hard to raise the money. You're just writing your campaign a check and funding the majority of this. Aaron, you're a Manhattan multimillionaire. Voters understand that in this district. We need someone who has an understanding of what the challenges of small businesses are. So with all due respect, take a look at your personal financial disclosure and compare it to the two other candidates, because there's only one multimillionaire from Manhattan running for office, and it's Aaron Wolf.
You may respond, sir.
Look, having money, again, is... I have worked very hard to raise money. I've certainly out-fundraised my opponent in the quarters that I've been raising money for this race. But I think one of the things that's most important is the fact that I do not have these Wall Street billionaires like she does investing in her candidacy in ways that cannot be traced. If you want to know who's donated to my campaign, you can go to the FEC website. We provide a link on my website, and you can see exactly who has donated. In Stefanik's case, there are shadowy super PACs who do not have to reveal their donors. I think this is one of the most significant and one of the most scary aspects of money in politics, is that these IEs do not have to say. And Ms. Stefanik, is benefiting from an enormous investment of very wealthy people.
And you're on, Mr. Funicello.
I would just like to remark that the thing that both Elise Stefanik and Aaron Wolf share very much in common is, as of the last FEC disclosure, you're looking at 70% of their money coming from outside of the congressional district. Whether it came out of Aaron's pocket or whether it came from Karl Rove and Paul Ryan is almost irrelevant to me. The fact is that's not grassroots campaigning inside your district. 90% of my money is from inside CD21.
I think you've worked hard, Matt. I think you've run a tremendous campaign. I'm proud of the grassroots support.
Are you asking me to drop out?
No.
It sounds like there's going to be a button there.
No, but I've run an aggressive grassroots campaign. If you look at my small dollar donors, I've raised more money in the district than Aaron Wolf has, who's self-funding his campaign.
I'm going to stop you there and just let all three of the candidates know that we need to tighten up our answers. We are running out of time and have a lot more to get to.
To that end, we've got 30 seconds to respond to these direct questions that we're going to pose to each of you individually. And we're going to start with you, Mr. Wolf. Agriculture, obviously very important in this district. What needs to change in terms of environmental and immigration law to help agriculture in the 21st district?
Well, in terms of environmental law, I think there has been some overreach with some EPA regs. I do think that looking at intermittent puddles and farm ditches as navigable waterways is probably not a non-starter for a lot of farmers. But passing comprehensive immigration reform is one of the most important things we can do. We cannot have our farmers afraid to break the law to bring in their harvest. And we have, an enormous dependence on both intermittent and seasonal workers for the apple industry and much more permanent workers in dairy. We have to make sure that comprehensive immigration passes and passes soon, and that would be the best thing we could do for our dairy farmers in this district.
To Mr. Funicello, turning to healthcare now, what is your plan to improve or replace the Affordable Care Act? And if you could be specific, I know we're only giving you 30 seconds, though.
Very simple. HR 676, it is improved, expanded Medicare for all. The ACA is a brutal anti-worker bill, similar to raising people to $10.10 an hour. It's mandatory for-profit health insurance. It's not removing profit from health insurance. We already pay in public money, as I've said before. 60 cents of every dollar it's public money. We've already paid for our health care. We're just not getting it. So that 80 to 100 million of us need it. Single-payer health care, HR 676.
Finally, Ms. Stefanik, if you're sworn in as the 21st District's next Congresswoman and the President comes and asks, will you support him putting boots on the ground if the fight against ISIS doesn't go so well, even if it includes another deployment by the 4th Drum Mountain Division?
I think that is the most difficult vote that any member of Congress will take. I would seek out the military commanders at Fort Drum to ask for their advice. I would talk to the soldiers directly, which I've done over the course of this campaign, before I cast any vote. But I do think President Obama needs to have a stronger foreign policy, because we're in this situation today because of his failed leadership. So that would be a vote, I think, that would be extraordinarily difficult to make. But I do think we shouldn't be taking options off the table if our military commanders believe that that's the best approach.
All right, time for closing statements, and Mr. Wolf, we begin with you.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a tremendous honor to be here again, and thank you to both of you for the spirited exchange. I'm very proud of what I've seen crisscrossing the district. I'm proud of the promise we've seen in our economy, whether it's the agricultural revival or small-scale manufacturing beginning to succeed, in large part due to some of the efforts of Congressman Owens. I'm very, very proud of that, and I think we have immense promise in this district. But the 2010 census revealed what so many of us already felt and feared, which is that we were losing our young people. And that's why my candidacy has been focused from day one on jobs in the economy, jobs in the economy. And I think that's one of the most important things we need to do, invest in our infrastructure, and provide tax breaks. I'm the only one who's talked about concrete tax breaks for small business. But how to pay for that is extremely important, and no other candidate is talking about raising revenue. I've come up with a package of raising $130 billion a year. We need that to pay for things. The other candidates have talked about investments, but they haven't done it. I carry those real common sense solutions to Washington. Thank you.
You're on, Mr. Funicello.
I'd like to say a couple simple things about the agenda. I would like to say green jobs. We had a WPA. It worked. We had a federal government that employed anyone who wanted a job, who was able-bodied, to do work for the federal government, serving in the collective good. Lots of wonderful things came out of it. Single-payer health care. We already pay for health care. We're just being denied it. That's called theft. So we need to have single-payer health care. $15 living wage. We can have wage-led growth in this country if we'll pay workers what they deserve. We also need to end corporate welfare. That's an awfully good way to do it. Elevate workers. 8% of Americans approve of the job Congress is doing right now. I would just ask, is electing another corporate candidate, another candidate with corporate sponsorship, going to fix that problem? You usually vote Democrat or Republican. 42% of us right now in the United States are independent voters. I'm saying this time around, vote for your kids, vote for your grandkids, vote green, be brave.
Angela Stefanik.
This election is a choice. It's a choice between the failed policies of President Obama with higher taxes, more regulation, more expensive health care. Those are the policies that my Democratic opponent, Aaron Wolf, supports. I hope to bring new ideas and a new generation of leadership with fresh energy and independent approaches to help create jobs and grow our economy right here in the North Country for our young people, to stand up for our constitutional liberties, to always advocate on behalf of our family farmers, which are the backbone of our community in the North Country, and to always stand up for our brave servicemen and women based at Fort Drum and the veterans we have in this district. If you're looking for a new direction, if you're tired of politics as usual and career politicians, I hope to bring a new approach, and I hope to bring a new generation of leadership. And if you're looking for a leader who has the courage to put forth solutions, I hope to earn your support on November 4th.
That concludes our debate. I want to thank all of our candidates, Elise Stefanik, Aaron Wolf, and Matt Funicello, for defending democracy with us tonight. Have a great night, everybody. Highlights of this debate are posted at WPTZ.com.
Good night.
Today, tomorrow, and throughout the rest of the month, you will be getting more for your trade. At St. J. Subaru, we're giving you much more. Right now, we will give you 120% of Kelley Blue Book for your trade when you buy any car in our lot. And all new Subarus have the latest technology allowing you to make hands-free calling. The best cars, the latest technology, and 120% for your trade. So come to St. J. Subaru, because nobody beats a St. J. Subaru deal. Beat this deal. 4 winter tires for $1.
Oh boy, here he goes again.
Yep. Buy any new Buick or GMC or any used car or truck and get 4 winter tires for $1.
Time out. Every car or truck we sell, new or used, comes with 4 winter tires for just $1.
I know, right?